Welcome back, True Seeker. Last night, if you were listening to Gematria Effect Radio, we had a caller who notified us about the breaking news story that a Secret Service agent had died on the job in Scotland at age 42. And according to the story, he was guarding John Bolton, who's now the National Security Advisor, a man who served Trump, Obama, and the previous Bush president, and possibly even further back. Most presidents, if you pay attention to who they use in their administrations, are the same people who served the last administration, no matter if they are Republican or Democrat. Just shows you. It's just one ongoing system. President's nothing more than a puppet, a face. So, with regards to them stating the man was 42 years old, and this happening in Scotland, consider Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, which has its headquarters in Washington, D.C., along with the headquarters of the Secret Service. And again, this man was a Secret Service agent. I should also note something interesting about the fact that he was guarding John Bolton. John Bolton has that Gematria 44 like Abraham, 44 like kill 44. And the Secret Service was created the day Abraham Lincoln, was assassinated. That's the same day in history the Secret Service came into being. Secret Service, a lot to do with JFK's assassination, who was the 44th term president. He was the 35th president overall, the 44th term president. 44, this number connected to assassinations all throughout history. MLK killed on 4-4. Malcolm X killed on a date with numerology of 44. His assassin got 44 years in prison. His assassin's name, Thomas Hagen, equals 44. So just interesting that they say this Secret Service agent was guarding John Bolton, who has the 44 kill connection. But coming back to 42 and Freemasonry, and this happening in Scotland, like Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Notice that in Gematria, Freemason sums to 42. The capital G in the middle of the Freemason logo has Gematria 42. The letters DC have Gematria 42. Washington, D.C., named after the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason George Washington. The 42nd state is Washington State. You think it's a coincidence? Definitely not. Everything about this nation, and I mean everything, has been carried out by this numerical code, which is ritualistic, which is part of Kabbalah, which Freemasonry is based in. Again, the belief that God created the world by merging the letter with the number. This is a biblical code. The New Testament, which equals 42, begins with the 42 generations to Jesus. According to the news, all but the BBC have reported that this Secret Service agent died this past Sunday. The news broke yesterday, July 18th, but the news was that he died on Sunday, except for the BBC, which says he died on Tuesday. Sunday was the day of the World Cup, hosted in Russia, where the final score was 4-2. Most sources say this Secret Service agent died at 42 on the same day. And if you missed my video on why the score was 4-2, go back and check that out. But again, Russia has the Gematria 42. Trump and Putin just met in Helsinki, which has the Gematria 42. There was the soccer ball exchange. Then Trump tossed it into the crowd. So anyway, 42, big number with Freemasonry. This news broke July 18th. 18/7. Another big number with Freemasonry and Washington, D.C., where the Secret Service is headquartered. Notice that in Gematria, Washington, D.C. equals 187. So does George Washington. So does Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller, the Russia investigation, a big part of this Trump overseas trip is meeting with Putin. The big focus there with Russia. Robert Mueller with the indictment of 12 Russians while all this was going on. Don't forget the headquarters of Freemasonry, the House of the Temple, On the outside, it's etched, ancient accepted Scottish rite of Freemasonry, which sums to 187. And why does this number matter? Again, it comes from the Torah, which is 187 chapters. The Torah is 5 books, 187 chapters. And if you write out the word 5, F-I-V-E, that's 6 plus 9 plus 22 plus 5 equals 42 using the alphabetic order. 42, 187, connected through the Bible, where this code comes from. And let's not forget that this news broke on the 2-year anniversary of Trump's GOP convention beginning. That was July 18th, 2016, 18/7, like 187, exactly a span of 187 days from Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2017. Since then, he's installed his Supreme Court Justice, Neil McGill Gorsuch, 187. Go back and see the death of Anthony Scalia. His whole death was centered around the number 44, the kill number. Scalia, the last Supreme Court Justice who Gorsuch replaced. Neil McGill Gorsuch, installed by the numbers, another man in Masonic land, Washington, D.C. with the 187 code. We just got the retirement announcement of Anthony Kennedy on June 27th, the day leaving 187 days left in the year. So the point to understand is this entire news story, very clearly a Masonic ritual and Masonry, largely based in the Old Testament, where God demands human sacrifices. You see? The word Abrahamic has that gematria of 187. The Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam. So here's the story. 42-year-old, happened in Scotland while he was at the Turnberry golf course. It's in Ayrshire, Scotland. Look at this. Notice his name, Noel E. Remagen, 57, corresponds perfectly with Turnberry, 57, and this is a big number to the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Scottish Rite equals 57. Again, George Washington was a Scottish Rite Freemason. The name George is 57. He was inaugurated at age 57. So were several of the first presidents. So here's another Masonic number. Right in the name of this man and the location of where it happened, in Scotland. He died in England. He was taken to the hospital Glasgow. England's also got the Gematria 57. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry began modern Freemasonry June 24th, 1717. You see? Ayrshire, Scotland, Gematria of 74, like Masonic, like Jewish, like occult, like killing, like Gematria, like English, like London, you know. Ayrshire, Scotland also has Gematria of 97, like death. 97's the 25th prime number. Stroke equals 25. Dead from a stroke in Ayrshire, Scotland. Remember Scotland's 88 as well, because so is stroke in the base ciphers. Ayrshire, also 113. And what is this? This is a big Scottish Rite of Freemasonry ritual. Scottish 113, you know. Bottom of this article, it says they've raised 49,000. Scottish 49. Washington 49. The city named after the Scottish Rite Freemason. The nation founded by Scottish Rite Freemasons. America. You see? See how this goes? Masonic rituals across the world. 103, the 27th prime. 27, the ritual number. Notice in his name, Remagen, his surname, it has Gematria of 63. GoFundMe, or the Heavy.com article, reported that his GoFundMe raised $63,000. You know? $63,000. Is it false reporting? Probably. But just pay attention. You learn the code, you see why news media reports the numbers that they do. We've seen these numerological GoFundMe amounts many times before in news media. And with regards to 63, This news broke July 18th, 2018, which was a date with 63 numerology. Freemasonry, Judaism closely tied together, Rabbinic Judaism, the mainstream form of Judaism, also 63. Major overlap with Freemasonry and Judaism. This practice of letters and numbers is a Jewish and a Masonic practice. A few other things jump out about his name. The 114 Gematria connects to President of the United States, also the name Trump. The Secret Service, primarily to protect the president, high-ranking government officials such as John Bolton, National Security Advisor. His name also has the Gematria, his name Noel. They said he was a 19-year veteran, Noel 19, but also Noel sums to 46 and 62. Sacrifice, 46 and 62. Remember, Genesis 46 begins with a sacrifice to God. Torah has the Gematria of 62, like Elohim. He died in Glasgow. Most sources said he died on Sunday, July 15th. Glasgow, Sunday, both 3384. Same with the word masonry, 3384. July 15th, 2018 was a date with a life lesson number of 33. He died in England 33, like masonry, like secrecy. It's also a date with 60 numerology. The word police has Gematria of 60. The Secret Service is the police for the federal government, essentially. Noli Remigan also has the Gematria of 60. Very fitting day for this man to pass federal agent. The word federal, 33. The capital G in the middle of the Masonic logo. In the Francis Bacon Gematria, that's where uppercase letters count. In Francis Bacon Gematria, lowercase a through lowercase z's, 1 through 26. Uppercase a through uppercase z's, 27 through 52. Uppercase G becomes 33 in that cipher. Masonry, 33. Secrecy, 33. Order, 33. Freemasonry, a secret society. According to the BBC, letter abbreviation that couldn't be any more Masonic, he died on Tuesday, July 17th. The BBC is the only source that reported this date. What's interesting about that day is it's 33 days after Trump's birthday. And, of course, July 17th, 17's the 7th prime, the 17th day of the 7th month. Mason equals 17. Their logo, the capital G, G's the 7th letter of the alphabetic order. 17 and 7. Just did a video on the significance of these numbers and the Masonic logo the other day. And the BBC says that's the day he died. This entire story could be just more contrived propaganda as well. Ritualistic, just put the numbers in front of people's faces. They love to do this. But again, the word Mason equals 17. Modern Masonry began in 1717 in London. BBC is 223. B is 2, C is 3. BBC 223. Masonic and Jewish Gematria equals 223. 223 is the 48th prime. Freemason sums to 48 in Hebrew and in English in the base ciphers. And don't forget, Donald Trump also has that Gematria of 48. The man put in by the most Masonic ritual of all time in the presidency. And that's because he's the 58th U.S. president. Freemasonry, 58. Secret Society, 58. United States, 58. Washington, 58. And a whole lot more. London, England, 58, where modern Freemasonry began. Last, the word stroke itself, what this man supposedly died from at a rather young age. Pretty uncommon to die from a stroke at age 42. People do have strokes when they're younger. Usually it's from having too much drugs in your system, too much amphetamine, too much cocaine. Those types of things can cause a stroke. And if this man really did die from a stroke, no doubt he was probably purposefully poisoned. Could have been with amphetamine, could have been something else. Number of chemicals, when put in the body, can cause, blood pressure to escalate, cause something very similar to a stroke, something that looks like a stroke. But notice the Gematria stroke, 88, like Trump in the same cipher. 88 and 25, like Trump in the exact same ciphers. This happens while Trump's overseas, attending these conferences, these meetings. Stroke, also Gematria of 74, like Masonic, like killing. Same with 38, Masonic, killing. And with regards to this news breaking on July 18th, 7 plus 18, 25, like stroke. Again, the location had the 97 Gematria, the 25th prime. All ritual, all numerical ritual, every single day. And why this code hasn't spread to more people in the years we've been presenting it, it's beyond me. Why I still have critics and idiots. It's like last night I started my radio show and I got people in the chat room going, oh, I hate this show, this numbers crap. Numbers crap, this is very easy knowledge to acquire and to prove every single day. Crap is not associated with this. This is the knowledge everyone should have and be aware of and practice. It's not hard to apply this knowledge and see right through propaganda in moments. For me to make these videos and make these blog posts, that takes some time. But to just use this knowledge, and especially now that a tool like this exists, a Gematrinator, all you have to do is just start typing in words, quickly adding up the numerology of the day, and just like that every single day. Oh, no wonder. No wonder that's why what's in the news is in the news today. And then over time, you just see how it's the same patterns, the same numbers coming together again and again and again. And if you're new here, if you just stumbled on this video, you've never seen my work before, in March, I released the book I've been working on for 5 years. I rewrote this book pretty much once a year until I was finally happy enough to put it out. This book right here, nearly 1,000 pages long. You really only have to read the first 15 pages to get enough. But I priced the book at $5, not because it's worth $5, but because I want no one to have an excuse why they can't buy it. I know everyone can come up with $5. This $5 for this book will put you further ahead in terms of knowledge than anything else out there. No contest. It's my birthday this Saturday. You want to do something nice for my birthday? Please go out and pick up the book I worked 5 years on and priced for $5. Could use the support. Need to get this message out on a bigger level. I've been saying that for years. It's only going to happen with financial resources. I was hoping this book would bring it in, but so far, no dice. And that can still change, So the link to get the book is $5. If you're on the fence about it, come read the reviews. A lot of really positive reviews. Hear what other people have had to say. You won't be disappointed. All right, Truth Seeker. Till next time. Encore. Don't forget 187 is also used as the homicide code. JFK killed in the 187th year of the nation's existence in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. If you type out JFK assassination, notice with the alphabetic order, 187. And if you incorporate Sumerian Gematria, which is multiplying the alphabetic order times 6, notice JFK assassination equals 1122, like the date 11/22/1963, the date he was shot. 11 plus 22 plus 63 equals 96, like Freemason. 11 plus 22 plus 19 plus 63 equals 115, like Freemasons, like the network. Killing, also 115. JFK was the lone Catholic president, the 35th overall president, who was 46 years old. Notice Catholic in the base ciphers, 35, 46. Genesis 46 begins with the sacrifice. 46. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.